Welcome back to the Sports Fix. Joining me now is our resident expert on all things Eyre Peninsula cricket. It's Paul Pearce. Paul, welcome.
Yes, welcome to you, Ellis. And once again, I'm no expert, but I'll have a crack.
He's ever so humble, isn't he? Paul, we got plenty of games to preview coming up in your association across the weekend as we really get onto the home stretch of all things Eyre Peninsula cricket. So we'll start where we always like to start, and that is in Great Flinders. What can we anticipate out of the action to come this weekend?
So it's grand final week in Great Flinders this week, as it is with a couple of the other leagues across Eyre Peninsula. This game is going to be played at the Cummins Town Oval headquarters, and it's going to be between Cockaleachie and Kapiti Mount Hope. Now, these two sides have been the standout sides in that league all year, up the top. I think they're just about be even amongst them with the wins and losses between them head-to-head all year. So it's going to be a pretty tight game, I'm thinking. Cockaleachie have had a number of really good performers, especially with the ball. A few of the veterans like Matty Forster and even young Tom Crittenden, that we like to mention a lot, have been bowling well. And Kapiti Mount Hope, they've got a few good bowlers, like your Tommy Phelps and Jack Green, guys like that, but their batting's where their strength is, and blokes like Brad Hazelgrove, who was missing last week for their prelim final win, will come back in and could be a big difference. So, this is going to be a fantastic game. Don't know if I'd like to pick a winner out of it, but I guess I'm going to have to. You're going to ask me that, aren't you?
Look, we don't love a fence sitter here on the flow because we get a lot of them.
Yeah, right. Well, going on recent form, I'm going to have to stick with Cockaleachie in this one. Their second half of the season's been pretty good. With bat and balls, and they've got a lot of depth as well. There's guys like Claire Buchanan, are pretty good with the bat and the ball, and they're backed up by quite a few guys in that team. So I reckon they might have the edge in this one, but in a very tight one though.
There we go, mouth-watering stuff to anticipate, and we'll switch our focus to Eastern Eyre. I'm sure plenty on the horizon there for the faithful, the loyal faithful that will turn out for the grand final there, Paul.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good day, and it's at the Oval, which is always a fantastic place to have a grand final. There's two ovals backing onto one another there, so the A grade play on the number one oval and the B grade playing at the same time on the number two oval, so plenty of action to be seen there. Actually, the B grade is going to be between Cal and Rudau, so that'll be a good game. Cal pretty strong favourites in that one, so if you want to have a good look at some good B grade cricket as well as some A grade cricket, Cal's the place to be on Saturday. The A grade game is going to be between Cleve, who have been top all year. I'm not too sure they've actually lost a game, to tell you the truth, Ellis. I think they've been very, very strong. However, this year they're going to come up against probably the form side getting around anywhere at the moment, which is Port Neale, who over the last 5 weeks have just been undefeatable. They've had a couple of really good players in Tommy Davey and Cooper Llewellyn, who have been in absolutely extraordinary form. And, if a Cleaver to win this one, they're the two guys they've got to target. But there's a few other guys that will back them up as well, the Leonard boys and Ryan Selkirk, if he's available, giving Port Neale a bit of depth there. But, Cleve, they were missing a few the other week too, and they still managed to win their second semi-final, against Cal. So very strong side. You probably have to stick with Cleve, although begrudgingly, because Port Neale, if they win, they do fully deserve it for the form they've been in for the last 5 weeks or so.
There we go, and I know La Hunt is a association that you are very much looking forward to with regards to the showpiece that'll be taking place in that division. So talk to us about what fans can expect there.
Well, this is a case of deja vu to give you my expansive knowledge of the French language. This is going to be the semi-final, and it's at Woodner on the turf, and it's between Western Districts and Kine Cutter, who, funnily enough, played one another at Woodner on the turf last week in the final minor round game. So going into this one, Kine Cutter, overwhelming favourites. They won by 9 wickets last week, so pretty comprehensive. Sorry, I have to retract that one. Western Districts defeated Kine Cutter by 9 wickets last week. Pretty comprehensive, and Kine Cutter without a win for the season. Western Districts, they've only lost games to Wadiki Warramboo, so I think Western Districts will do this one at a canter.
Wow, there's a statement, Paul. So
absolutely, I'll probably live to regret it, and I'll let know all about it. But
no, you're putting your money where your mouth is. That's what we like to see here at Flow. Now we'll transition out into the far west. A lot to look forward to here, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a grand final to look forward to. Streaky Bay, who have been in absolute ripping form in the second two-thirds of the season. I think this game's been playing at Streaky Bay. It's their grand final as well. I don't know exactly where it's been played. I think that's where it is. And they'll be playing Thevenard, who came off what we can only call a miracle win last week, scoring 51 runs and still winning the game. But Thevenard in the past few weeks have been in pretty up and down form, and when they're up, they are really up. So they can take this game right up to Streaky Bay. Streaky were going pretty confident. Yeah, they haven't lost the game in a long time. Some of their guys there have been in ripping form. Tobin Lennell's bowling well. Damien Johnson's bowling well. They're all batting fairly evenly well too. So I reckon Streaky Bay, as much as the local press up there, that Streaky Bay correspondent likes to bag me, I think Streaky Bay are going to do this one. But you don't be surprised if Thevenard put up a absolutely ripping effort and possibly come away with the jockeys too. But, Streaky Bay, come on.
We love his commentary. Paul Pearce, before we go here, if you had to pick one of these four games and sort of take the view that it'll be the closest one out of the lot, which one would you go with?
I think I will go with the Great Flinders one for being a close one. Yeah, Cockaleachy versus Kapini Mount Hope. As far as most entertaining one goes, I think the Port Neale and Cleve one is going to be fantastic to watch. Those two guys from Port Neale, Tom Davey and Cooper Llewellyn, if you see those guys batting when they're cracking, it is a sight to behold. So, yeah, that'll be a ripper too.
Excellent stuff. Well, enjoy all the action, Paul Pearce, who's a very reliable correspondent here on the Flow airwaves. It's been great getting your insights into how things will unfold when it comes to all things in your cricket association this weekend. Enjoy all the action.
Yeah, no worries. Look forward to seeing how the results go and how much trouble I'll be in this time next week.
We'll see you then. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, thanks for this, boy.
And stay with us here on the Sports Fix. Adam Pengilly from the Sydney Morning Herald will be coming up next to talk all about the NRL, which kicks off this evening. See you on the other side of this.